Hey guys, it's Amanda here from Fun Hands-On Learning, and today I have a special treat for you. I have some learning activities that you can do using blocks, specifically these blocks. These are called Brain Blox, and basically they're building planks, and they are really to challenge kids' minds to get them thinking about ways they can build. It uses their brain for STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. But I'm also going to show you today some unconventional ways that you can use these blocks for math and for phonics and for different activities with primary age kids. So kids that would be about preschool through 1st or 2nd grade. Okay, so when you order the Brain Blox, you get a box of 200. And it gives you so many, so you're not going to run out. And it comes with this great drawstring bag that you see here, and that's where we're keeping them in. I'll show you. And this is what it looks like. So it is just endless possibilities for building. And if you have boys like I do, my boys are all about building. They love Legos, and these things are just great for getting their little minds working. Okay, so here it shows you on this little pamphlet that comes with your Brain Blox some different things that they can build, like a pirate ship and a log cabin, a spiral tower. Talk to kids about. All right, now I am excited because I'm going to show you how we're going to use these blocks in unconventional ways to help us with our phonics and our math and just lots of learning. So here we go. Okay, I am going to show you how we are going to pair up our Brain Blox with some math activities for hands-on learning. So this first activity is working on addition to 10, and this activity comes from my early learners math curriculum, the unit on addition. So really what you're supposed to do with this activity is you're supposed to take your dog house, pick a dog house, it has a number on it, and then you have to find all of the cards that match. So whatever addition problems that match the number that's on the dog house to feed your dog. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to add another element, and we're going to add our Brain Blox to this activity. I'm going to pull out 6 Brain Blox because that is what is on my dog house. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to use these to help me figure out what the different combinations would be to go with my dog house. So you can see the kids can set them on their side if they want, however they want to do it. And now I have 6 blocks, and they can pair them up. So they can take 1, and then they could put 5. So now I can see that 1 plus 5 equals 6. And then I'm going to find my card here, excuse me, and I'm going to find the one that's 1 plus 5. So now I have one card that matches. All right, now I can slide one of my Brain Blox over. Now I have 2 and 4. So now I can see that 2 plus 4 equals 6. So I'm going to find my card that says 2 plus 4, and that one goes with my dog house. And I'm going to slide another Brain Blox over, and now I can see 3 plus 3 equals 6. So I'm going to grab my card and put it on my dog house, and then I'm going to slide another one over, and it's 4 plus 2. So I already had 2 plus 4. So now the kids can see that addition is, they can reverse the numbers, and they can get the associative property. That's what I was thinking of. The associative property where you can flip the numbers and you still get the same answer. So even though I had 2 plus 4, now I have 4 plus 2, also equals 6. If I slide one over, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 equals 6. Here I had 1 plus 5, so now the kids know that 5 plus 1 equals 6. And then my last one is 6 plus nothing equals 6. So here I have 0 plus 6 equals 6. And now I found all the cards that go with my dog house, and I can do another one. So then what the kids would do is they just grab another dog house. This one has 7. They get 7 of their Brain Blox, and they do the same thing. They just slide them over, and it will show them all the different combinations that can equal that number. The next activity I'm going to show you that we're going to pair up with our Brain Blox for math is this Build a Shape Activity Center. Now, normally I was using some popsicle sticks with this activity, but I found that I really love the Brain Blox a lot better, and I'm going to show you why. So this activity comes from the shape unit of my early learners math curriculum. And in here are some build it cards. They look like this. And really all the kids have to do is they take a card and then they have to build the shape that's on the card. And this shape is a triangle. So I'm going to look at my card and I'm going to use my Brain Blox to build a triangle. And I really like the Brain Blox because the kids can set them on their side and they can build a triangle just like that. Or they can even build it, try to build it straight up. They really have to be able to balance. There we go. So they can build their shapes 3D using these Brain Blox besides just doing them flat, you know, like this. So yeah, I really like this a lot. I also like that it's easy for the kids to see how many sides each shape has. So here I'm going to build a rhombus because my next card says rhombus. Look how easy that is. And then the kids can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sides very easily. My next one I'm going to build, let's see, we got a hexagon. So kids are going to look at the picture here on their card. They're going to build a hexagon. I love doing it on the sides like this. And then they can easily see that a hexagon has 6 sides because it took 6 of these Brain Blox to build it. So yeah, so pairing these up with this activity center is a hit. Now, normally you can see that there's Play-Doh on the cards because we were building them with these popsicle sticks and Play-Doh. But I like this a lot better because then, like I said, you could even have the kids try to make them 3D and build them that way. It's so much fun. The next math activity that we are going to do with our Brain Blox is comparing numbers. So again, this activity comes from my early learners math curriculum, the unit on comparing numbers. And what the kids are supposed to do, you can see we've written on some of these. They use a dry erase marker and they take a card. I'm just going to grab this one with the balloons. Okay, they take a card and they're supposed to count how many are there and then write the numbers and compare them. And we use dry erase markers to write our numbers. Now, instead of just counting and writing, we're going to add another element, and that's our Brain Blox. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the kids are going to stack. They can either stack them this way, you know, 5 of them, or they can stack them up and down, which is what I'm going to do. So they're going to stack 5 blocks because they counted 5 on this side. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have 5 blocks there representing my 5 balloons. And then this side has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to stack up 8 representing my 8 balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you guys watch this. Okay, so now that I have them stacked up, the kids are going to be able to slide them together and physically see that my pile with 8 is taller than my pile with 5. Okay, so they can physically see now which one has more by how tall they are. Okay, so then they're going to write. This side had 5, and this side had 8, and then the last step is to use their cards to put the right sign in. And when I teach the kids greater or less than, I of course teach them that the alligator always wants to eat the bigger number. So this alligator is going to be the one eating, chomp, 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 the 8 because 8 is bigger. And they can physically see with their blocks now that the 8 pile was taller than the 5 pile. I love that. I think this is great. It's just a great visual. Okay, the next way we're going to use our Brain Blox is for practicing place value. So this activity is called Number Sort and Match, and this is from the unit on numbers to 100. So it's the place value unit. And what kids are doing is they're going to learn about tens and ones and how that represents a number. So these are the cards. They look like this. And so what the kids are going to do, they're going to take one card, and here I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Then what the kids would do is they would make the number 28, okay, with their video. Okay, so that's what the activity is they count what the blocks show on this side, and then they build the number. Well, to make it a little bit more concrete even than this for the kids is to add your brain blocks. So you can have them count out groups of 10. So here we have 2 groups of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way they can physically see, and 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I can physically see I have a group of 10 blocks. So that's 1, 10, and then I can physically see that's 10, 20, and I'm going to make 8 more. Okay guys, so I have used my blocks now, and now the kids can physically see what the number 28 looks like. It's 2 groups of 10 and 8 ones. So here's my 10, 28, and they've just built 28, and also they have a picture representation on their card. So I really like these blocks to pair up with this activity, because then they can go on to the next one. So the next one says, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but the next one is 10, 20, 36. So then they would build 36. So they would build 3 groups of 10, and then they would have 6 ones. And so the kids are just physically seeing what the number looks like in terms of 10s and 1s. Perfect for place value, because kids need that structure and that foundation before they move on to higher level math concepts. Okay guys, this activity is for all of our preschoolers out there, our little guys. So this activity comes from Unit 1 of my Early Learners Math curriculum, which is working on counting to 10. And what this activity is the kids have to count the pencils that are in the jar. There's different cards. And the first card, they take a card and they count the pencils. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they have to find the amount of blocks in one of these cards that equals the same amount that they see on their pencil. So it's 1-to-1 correspondence, 1-to-1. So here I see 4 blocks and 4 pencils, 1-to-1. Okay, just basic for our little preschoolers. Okay, then over here, the last thing is they have to find the number. So the representation of the number 4 in number form, and then they put it on their card, and that would be it. That they would be done, and they would go on to the next card. But I, of course, am doing a video on brain blocks. I'm going to show you how you can add brain blocks to this. So after they have done this, then you could have the kids practice counting out 4 blocks, and they have to balance their 4 blocks on top of these blue blocks. And mine fell over. This is so much fun for those little guys, because they can have fun trying to balance, and mine aren't balancing because I have a whole stack of cards here, as you can see. So I would just give the kids 1 card and then have them balance. And so this is not only practicing math, but it is also practicing fine motor skills, because they have to use their little fingers to balance. Look at that. Now, if they can't balance them all the way tall like this, they could try balancing them like this, because you know you're going to have those kids who are like, and they start screaming and crying because it falls over 100 times. That's how my little James used to be. In fact, he can still be like that sometimes. He's 4 years old now. But anyway, yeah, so they could do it this way too, and that's totally fine, and tell them they did just a great job. But really, what all you're trying to do is you're trying to get them to see that 1-to-1 correspondence. So 1 block to 1 block. And when they count 4, and then they can see the number representation, and they've got it all down. And then finally, you're also working those little fingers, and you're working that fine motor skills as they're building, getting their little brains working. I love it. So there's that one. Let's go on to another one. Okay guys, this next activity is going to combine some graphing with depth perception. Okay, so what I mean is this activity is from my graphing and data unit of my Early Learners Math curriculum. This is building a graph with snap cubes. Although we're not going to use snap cubes today, we're going to use our brain blocks, because we are going to work on looking at a graph through depth, through 3D kind of a thing. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to grab a card, and then you're supposed to build your graph based on the colors of the blocks. But we are going to build it using our brain blocks. So here I have a card, and the first one I want to do is I'm going to do green, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 blocks on here that are green. So I'm going to take 6 brain blocks, and I'm going to stack them on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then I'm gonna do my next color. I see orange has 2, so I'm gonna put 1, 2 on top of each other. All right, can you see that? Now, and it's kind of hard to see them because they blend in with my table. I apologize, guys, but they are made of wood. So, and my table is made of wood, and they're both a light wood. So I apologize if it's kind of hard to see. But, all right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 2. And then this shows me 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. So I'm gonna grab 4, and I'm going to make a stack of 4 of them. And then my black shows 2 black blocks, so I'm gonna make a stack of 2. All right, so now I have my stacks, and kids can put them together, or you can kind of separate them if you want, and pretend they're bars on your graph, and you can physically see now you have made a depth perception graph. So I can see that this stack is much higher than this stack, it's even higher than this stack, and it's higher than this stack. So I know that this one, which were my green ones, has the most. I can also see that these 2 stacks are exactly the same. In fact, I can put them together and I can see that they match up. So these 2 had the same amount, and then I can see that this one is somewhere in the middle. All right, so here I made a graph, and I can use the data for my graph just by looking at depth, how tall each of the stacks were. The second step is they're supposed to learn how to tally their graph on a tally chart, and this is what the tally charts look like these cards. And the kids are supposed to tally with their dry erase marker and write it down. Well, I thought a fun hands-on way to teach kids how to tally is by using their blocks, their brain blocks. So you could have them count it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they have to learn that the 5th one actually goes across and makes a tally. Isn't that a cool way to show them? So it's a fun hands-on way to teach tally marks. You could even have them continue making them and count the numbers and try to figure out, like, this would be 5, 6, 7, 8. That'd be the number 8. And they can build different numbers. You can give them a number and have them build with their blocks the number in tallies. And then, of course, if they're doing their graph, they can come back here and they can tally it up with their marker after they've done it with their block. Okay, this is the last activity I'm going to show you for math, and then I'm going to show you how you can use Brain Blox for reading and phonics. Can you believe it? Yes, you can use them for that too. But this last activity is just basic addition. So these are my build and add cards from one of my activity centers from my addition unit of my early learners math curriculum. And what the kids are going to do is they just take a card and they're supposed to build the numbers so that they can add. And I am going to go ahead and use my Brain Blox to build. So you can use any kind of blocks you have at home for this activity, but of course I'm doing a video on Brain Blox, so I'm going to show you how I can use it. So here's 2 plus 3, and you can have the kids stack them up. They have to balance them, and then they add. So now I have 2 plus 3. Look at that, they balance really well. 2 plus 3 equals 5, and then the last thing they're going to do is they can write 5 with the dry erase marker, or did you know you could use your Brain Blox to build the number 5? So the kids can then go ahead and build. I'm going to need a little bit more space probably. You can go ahead and build the number, look at that. Build the number 5, okay? Okay guys, look what I did. So if you know me, you know I like to use things unconventionally, and I like to make fun games into learning games in different ways. So what I did is I decided to take some Brain Blox and I added letters to them. And all I did is I used just some stickers that I had, and I stuck them on here. I put capitals on one side, and then I put the lowercase on the other side. And I figured it would be okay because it came, my Brain Blox came with 200 blocks. So I thought, well, you know, the kids still have plenty of blocks left to play with and to build with and to use for other things like I showed you with math. So I thought it would be fine if I put some letters on some of them, and I'm going to show you how much fun these letters are going to be to do phonics activities. Here we go. All right, the first activity is to pair up my flashcard sticks from my Phonics4Reading program with my Brain Blox, and here's how we're going to do it. So the kids are going to build this picture, and it is a picture of a toad. This is from Unit 3 on long vowels. And they're going to find the letters that make toad. And there's a couple different ways they can do it. They can build it laying flat, like this. And I love this because watch, they're going to be able to sound out and blend together. So we know that OA together says O. Okay, it's a long vowel. When 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking, the second one is silent. So the kids can physically slide their blocks together. And look at that, they have the O sound. Okay, then they're going to add on their beginning sound T and their ending sound D. And now they've made the word toad. They can also, since these blocks stand up, they can go ahead and stand up their blocks, maybe. There we go. I haven't mastered it, but my boys are really good at standing them up already. They can stand them up just like so and build their word. And then they've got their flashcard stick there as well, showing the picture. Isn't that awesome? So they can do it over and over again. I love how they can slide the letters together. They can slide 2 letters together to see that they make one sound, and then they can slide their beginning and ending together as well. All right, we're going to pair up our letters with some of our Flip It books. So these Flip It books are from my from my Phonics4Reading program, and here's one from Unit 3. And you can see how my son was writing on it. I still haven't erased that. We use dry erase markers, but now I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and pair it up with your Brain Blox. Okay, so they have to build the word road, the missing vowels. I'm gonna stick my 2 vowels together so I know that OA says O, and I can put it right there on my page. Another way they could do it is they could try to stand them up on their page. If I can do it. Maybe. There you go. Okay, so the next one is, this is a picture of play. So they have to think what 2 vowels go together to make play. Now what I did is I did not make a red Y, and I may go back and make one of my another one with a red Y so that when Y is used as a vowel, it's red. But I didn't, so anyways, that's what it would look like when they put that one together. And of course, they could stand it up as well. Super fun. So then they just flip the page and build the next one. Here's tire. Tire is I and magic E, or you could call it special E or bossy E, whatever you want. Just like that. Or, you know, you've got those boys who love to stack. They can go ahead and stack it right there on their page and have fun with it that way. But as long as they're seeing the combinations, I love these blocks, how they can just show the combinations. I goes at the end, or E goes at the end of the word to tell I to say its name. Here's another Flip It book from Unit 2, and this one they have to mark the vowel that they hear in the picture, and instead of marking it, we're going to use our Brain Blox. So here I have meat, so I'm going to grab my E and cover it up because E is in meat. Here I have goat, I'm going to use my O, cover it up because O is in goat. How much fun is that? And then of course, instead of doing that, they could just stack them on their page if they want. Okay guys, you can even use your Brain Blox letters with your Fluency Cards. These Fluency Cards are also part of my phonics curriculum. And what the kids can do is I would lay out my vowels because that's what these work on. This is actually the Fluency Cards from Unit 2, which is short vowels. When you have your kids take out their vowels, you want to sing the song first that reminds them of the vowels. And if you've seen my other videos, you know the song. A says ah, ah. E says I says I. O says U says I know my vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Now what the kids are going to do is they're going to use their blocks here to fill in their fluency mat. O, sa, pot. A, mat. E, fed. Isn't this fun? And then here's another E. E, leg. I, pin. Oh, and I knocked him over. And then U, hut. And you can try to see if the kids can do it without knocking any of them over. Isn't this kind of fun? All right, I can't wait to see what my boys do, if they get a kick out of this or not. Okay, check out how much fun this is. So when you are working on special sounds with the kids, I'm going to show you when you're working on digraphs. So digraphs are when you add two consonants together and they make one sound, a special sound. Most likely you're going to be adding the consonant with an H. So here I'm going to add TH, and the kids, what they can do is they can do the first one like this, and they can say th, and then you just take one letter and put it on the top and change it. Now I have ch. Take the next letter, w, and take the next letter, sh. So they're saying the new sound as they add the new card, or as they add the new block, okay? And then so as they build it, they're not moving the H, but they're moving the first letter to make the new digraph. And then I paired it up with my phonics missing word activity cards, and these cards work on those digraphs. So after they have practiced over and over again the sounds, they're going to put them together, sh, w, sh, th. They can even say a word that makes a sound. So they can say sh in shark, w in whale, ch in church, th in think, or however they want to do it. And you can have them do it again with new words. Sh in sheep, w in whistle, ch in chick, th in three. However they want to do it, and then pair it up with your cards and have them practice. So these are clip cards. I would normally use clips with them, but I'm just going to use a dry erase marker really quick to show you. So James had to blank about his test. They look at the picture and then they circle the word, and this one was working on TH. Here's one that's working on WH. The whale is a mammal, not a fish. You get the idea. So they can clip their answers. You can even, ooh, you know what? I just got another idea. What if you took it and the answer to this one is sheep. So the kids have to take their S and their H and they have to put it over the answer. So my answer is sheep, so they would just do it like this. So there's another way they could do it, where they could stack it on their card. So did the sheep, stack it on the answer. Okay guys, here's another fun one. This is an ending sounds mat from my magnetic letter activity set, but instead of using magnetic letters, we are going to go ahead and use our letter blocks from our Brain Blox. And I just pulled out the ending sounds. I have more mats that come with that activity. There's beginning sounds and middle sounds, ending sounds, stuff like that. But so I pulled out this one, and we're going to look at our mat and we're going to decide what the ending sounds are. So this one would be ring. So my ending sound is G. So the kids are going to take their block and they have to stack it up on the right one. Spider, spider. So my ending sound is And they're going to just keep on going until they finish their entire mat. This one would be X. Now, notice I accidentally put my capital letter R. This one doesn't want to say. My capital letter R. I'm going to turn it over to my lowercase r. So anyway, they would continue on and see if they could get them all to stay without falling. Okay guys, I want to show you one more thing. You can use these Brain Blox with letters to practice word families. So here I just picked a word family. I picked the word family at, and you have the kids physically slide the letters together to blend them. So first they say they segment out the sounds. So they are going to say the phonemes separately. So they're going to say at, and then when they slide them together, they're going to blend at, so they can see how the sounds go together. All right, that's the first step. Second step is to grab some beginning sounds that will make words, and then the kids have to put them together and stack them up. So they're going to slide their letter together, and now I made hat. Now I made cat, and I'm just stacking on top. Now I made sat, rat, pat, bat. You get the idea. Okay, you could also do it with ending sounds. So here I just picked a beginning. I have ra, and then you can put some ending sounds. So now I have ran, rat, rap, and rad. So anyways, you can mess around with it. Try different combinations. You can even do 4-letter words, 5-letter words, wherever your kids are working on. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are going to purchase your Brain Blox, I'm going to leave a link below to their Facebook page, to their website, and to a code where you can get a % off just for watching my video.